Americans out here buying McMansions.
This is a McMansion. This too. And so is this one. You've probably seen a version of one in an American suburb.
It's not a style of house. It can be Tudor one day, farmhouse the next day.
It's over 3,000 square feet. It's usually in the suburbs, and it's usually done in kind of a slap shot way. So a big house that maybe is, for lack of a better word, a little bit tacky.
Despite their, at times, poor reputation, they've never really gone away.
These are the houses that I sell most often. I was just in a bidding war of this exact.
I can see that because it feels like when you pull in, it feels like you're coming into a big ass mansion. They probably got a small little backyard for enough room for a dog, maybe a pool, maybe. And they got their whole thing. When they pull it up, it looks stylish. It looks like you really did something. And it's a decent size, 3,000 square feet. That's a really decent size. That's enough for a come up. And then your kids come up even greater than that. Besides that, it's like movie. You got this with a bunch of land and farmland. You can do whatever you want to do. And your next neighbor is like a mile or two away, maybe a barn outside. That's nice, man. What?
Type of house.
And it's part of a larger trend. Home sizes in the U.S. increased more than 20% between 1993 and 2023, while household sizes have decreased.
The McMansion didn't really go away. It's just that we started viewing housing in a different way.
People are making money on McMansions, but are they making as much money as they could have made on a different type of home for the same price point? And that's sort of a different question.
So how did McMansions become so popular? And if they're...
Those look like East Coast mansions when you think of it. Because East Coast, you don't think of like a mansion coming with like that much land on the East Coast. Or New York, you think of the brownstones. You don't think of that much land. But on the West Coast, you'd be thinking Texas, Arizona, you think about land like... Yeah, you got a nice house, but you've got a bunch of land and your neighbor's all the way over there and you got a bunch of dogs and whatever you got and you can just drive ATVs on it. But on the East Coast, it's more about the house size.
Are considered a bad investment, why do Americans keep buying them?
Because it got Mick in front of it.
McMansions first appeared in American suburbs in the 1980s. Middle-class families wanted bigger homes, and McMansions were the answer, a slice of the American dream. So they were produced en masse, and cheaply. A couple of factors played a big part in their rise. The first was the deregulation of the mortgage industry. New laws passed in the 80s that allowed banks to make some risky financial moves, like allowing adjustable rate mortgages, or mortgages with interest rates that are variable, shifting the risk from the lender to the borrower. Borrowers who couldn't qualify for the traditional mortgages were able to get ARMs.
The adjustable rate mortgage really changed how people viewed home buying in America. And in fact, there was a lot of pushback against the adjustable rate mortgage because people thought it was a scam.
It was also a time when wages were growing rapidly, and the inequality gap was widening. Big homes were a way for people to show off.
Because if you're seeing, I can have a 4,500 square foot home with, 5% down, and I can get this mortgage that I'm not really qualified for, and people jump on that.
In doing a simple Google search, you'll find many different types of McMansions. One common theme beyond size is often the number of amenities: a gym, a bar, a large entertainment room, a basement. The list goes on.
This is a regular damn mansion to me. What's the Mick about it?
That amenity-driven plan, that is a specific type of plan. That is what the McMansion really is. There's just so much space, and it's hard to integrate it under one roof.
And many were built with cheap materials, like new lumber or mass-produced stucco, fake stone veneer, or vinyl siding. Also a result of the new technological developments in building in the 20th century. In 2007, the median price of a McMansion was about $520,000. They accounted for 15% of all suburban homes at that time.
They seemed like a really good investment. You're like, great, I can have this big house and I can afford it. And, I'll be able to resell it for more than I paid for it. And to a large extent, that is true.
The American financial system is rocked to its foundation as top Wall Street institutions topple under a mountain of debt.
The abundance of subprime mortgages and low interest rates came to a screeching halt in September 2007. As interest rates rose, many borrowers couldn't afford their higher monthly payments, and therefore defaulted on their loans. In some cases, homeowners owed more than their homes were worth, which led to widespread foreclosures and a bankruptcy crisis.
Until home prices stop falling, things just aren't going to get any better.
Home building activity declined sharply, creating a significant gap between supply and demand that led to a housing shortage. McMansions gained a reputation for being a bad investment.
This house looks like it was designed by someone who maybe saw a house once in their life, but either had some sort of visual issues or was wearing kaleidoscope glasses that you get during Halloween.
And instead of buying McMansions, Americans downsized or got into home improvement.
They wanted to conserve on gas bills, water bills, air conditioning, all of their utilities. They felt like they only needed maybe a smaller home, a ranch, something practical. That was a very, very short-lived notion.
Buyers eventually came around. According to Realtor.com, McMansions represented up to a quarter of all home sales in the years leading up to the pandemic. The trend accelerated in the years since. Yet it's become harder to afford a home than ever before. Mortgage rates in 2025 will likely remain high, while home prices have skyrocketed. Construction costs have inflated too. Building a home is incredibly pricey. Prices are expected to rise even more, with potential tariffs imposed by the Trump administration. And that's helped McMansions.
They are becoming the choice of first-time home buyers who don't want a 1960s split level, but can't maybe go into the price bracket of a new construction home.
McMansions have in fact appreciated at nearly the same rate as regular homes when looking at Zillow data. Though it's important to note that Zillow doesn't break out a McMansion from other 5-bedroom homes. The McMansion premium, or the extra money buyers are willing to pay for a larger, amenity-filled home versus another one, has fallen.
If you are stuck in the middle of the city with a large family and you're just out of space and looking for a larger home, but maybe the stuff near you isn't as affordable,
City be looking beautiful, man.
and the stuff that's big enough that's being built right now isn't affordable, then this is a good opportunity for you.
McMansions are less than 20% of all home sales. In Bergen County, New Jersey, one of the most sought-after real estate markets outside the New York City metro, Rubenstein says McMansions are as popular as any other house.
Even these houses are getting multiple offers. I bid myself for a client $100,000 over ask, and there were many offers above.
Experts say their investment value is determined on a case-by-case basis. McMansions located near cities appreciate better than ones further
McMansions. Where the other mansions at then?
out in the suburbs.
That's nice. That shit look private as hell. They could drive in and like everything in the middle probably or around the house. That's not bad. And it feel bigger because you got to go around to get everything. It's like two sides of the house. The kids over there, y'all over here. You can come out through here. Ooh, hoo, 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 hoo. Damn, I just need, I don't know, man. I still want a little bit more space so I can move out. I feel like the neighbors too close or it got to be something else over there. I don't know. This is nice, though. Have something where family could come and y'all could just, anytime, throw everything. Oh, man.
Desirability of the zip code matters too, of course.
If they're really far out from the city and really just in a completely amenity poor area, then yeah, they sit on the market forever because no one wants to drive 20 minutes to go to the grocery store.
I really don't think it's about the house itself. I really think it's about, the location, buying in a place that people are going to want to buy in 5 or 10 years.
It also hinges on the construction.
Some of these large homes with large yards that need maintenance, with maybe lower quality building materials that need to be replaced, can have a higher cost of ownership than something that was built a little more sturdy and built to last.
Some McMansions do take a price cut, as the more unique amenities like a fake river in a living room or a movie theater aren't for everyone. And any home older than 20 years will likely need repairs.
Who don't want a movie theater?
Yet it will be especially crucial in 2025 to evaluate just how much maintenance a home will need. New tariffs on steel and aluminum, a volatile economy, and crackdowns on immigration are expected to make construction even more pricey. If there's a lot to fix, a McMansion would be a terrible investment, even if the price per square foot is relatively low in comparison.
Buying a home is seldom a bad investment. And even when it is kind of a tacky suburban McMansion, what we're seeing across the market at all price tiers and size tiers is an increase in price reductions right now. So for buyers, if you're looking to get into a bigger home, these McMansions might be a good option.
I think the only ones that have not held their value as well are the ones that look like you walk in and you're like, okay, it's 1995. So people don't want to be transported back in time. They want something that's been maintained. People want a new construction house.
Whoa. These houses, man. Why are McMansions bad architecture? What's a full? I think it got to be the only difference. Got to be is the land and how like it's spread out. Like, you got compounds and shit now, I guess. Like, celebrities top of the hill, they the only one. They ain't really got no neighbors. I guess there's many because they next door to somebody and they ain't got as much land, but it goes up. Because these are nice. I'll be good with one of these. Like, come on. Look, where is it? Where they at? 500,000. Look at these. These are nice, man. I'm a family man. I want stuff you can host. Look at these houses. Look at the backyard. See the back? Yeah, the backyard ain't too bad. There's people next door to you. You still gotta probably got an HOA. But it's like the American dream. You can host your house and have a bunch of stuff upstairs, downstairs, game room over here. There's not really much to go outside to do unless you got a pool back there. That's the only thing I'd like this mentioned. If I had a McMansion, you gotta have that pool. Like, the people over there to the right might have enough room to put a little pool there or something, or a doggy door. But these ones in front is much bigger. This is crazy. Yeah, let me know what y'all think, cave dwellers, about these. Look at this house. This is the best one yet. That must be like a pool and stuff in the middle of it so people don't see you. Like, that's nice. Your kids could be running through these hallways. Nobody will know. And y'all watching the movies in one room and the kids in another room playing. They don't want to watch the movie, and they got the game room downstairs, the computer room. There's offices around. Oh, you could be outside playing, build something for the dogs in the middle. I like this. Let me know what y'all think, cave dwellers. Would y'all accept a McMansion? Because shit's looking nice. Like, share, subscribe, all that. Please, if you made it this far, please like, share, subscribe. We talk about this, politics, more, podcasting, whatever. If it's interesting, we're going to talk about it, tell the truth.